The purpose of the Old Testament sacrifices and rituals, it's interesting. You see, God deals with people based on the times in which they're living. They taught by way of ritual. First of all, they didn't have printing presses. They didn't have TVs, internet and radio, loudspeaker systems. And so they taught by way of ritual. And they taught, and it's like, like a stage play, basically, with props and things like that. And you see how, like, the lambs that they sacrificed, or the loaf offerings, or the offering of doves, bullocks. I mean, you see how those animals, and the sacrifice of those animals did not take away any sins. And so you see what's going on there. Those are for teaching purposes. And really what they are is to teach about what would occur in the future with regard to Jesus Christ. Basically, there's a lot of legal distinctions in there that people don't notice. First of all, like the Day of Atonement. It's for sins of ignorance and inability. And willful sins, there is no recorded instance of a willful sin and an offering or instructions of how to offer it. None. Now, let's say, what about the trespass offering? Touching a dead body, or let's say you have a financial disagreement with somebody, and the judges determine who is right, and you have to make restitution, financial restitution, and and then an offering. But you have to be in agreement with the fellow. You have to be reconciled with the fellow that you're having a financial disagreement with, or your offering won't be accepted. You see, it's interesting about how there's a distinction where you have willfulness, that if you do not reconcile with somebody, your offerings won't be, in a financial disagreement, your offerings won't be accepted. It was just basically showing what would happen in the future, which is the people that are numbered, they call for the lamb to be sacrificed, and they do it in ignorance. Just like when they said, crucify him, and Peter said, speaking to the people at the time, you acted in ignorance as well as your leaders did. And so they were all going through an elaborate ritual which was foretelling what would happen in the future. So in the past there, when they were bringing sacrifices, they were calling for the lamb to be put to death. And in that way, they are doing a stage play of what would happen in the future, that the crowds would cry, crucify him. And to show that the atonement offering, and also offerings that people make, where they would go to the temple and make an offering, if they noticed that they had committed a sin that was done in ignorance, they were to take an offering. That the offerings, you see, and especially the Day of Atonement, was basically a stage play of what would happen in the future. With the people in ignorance, they call for the lamb to be slain. They say, crucify him, crucify him. And because they did it in ignorance, the wrongdoing can be overlooked. And the priest, the high priest, which actually symbolized, was the stage play of Caiaphas, where Caiaphas was calling for the lamb to be crucified, and he was in ignorance, and that's why they had the priest, you see, offering up a lamb with respect to himself, because he's acting in ignorance. And that's why the Day of Atonement covered the acts of the people committed in ignorance. And a lot of people view it like this. When they put their hand on the forehead of their offering, that happens to be a lamb, they'll say, we see, that's identifying that it should be me being sacrificed there. That's blasphemy. What it is they're identifying with him who would take away their sins. That's what they're doing. But blasphemers are blasphemers. And they'll say, they put their hand on his forehead, and that's identifying that should be me there, and he's being put to death instead of me, to satisfy justice and all that. Well, that's the way blasphemers are. But really, what's going on is they're identifying with him, is really what it is. They're identifying with him, and not identifying him with the sinner who's being punished. They're identifying with him. And so the sacrifice is put to death by the priest, not God. which is an interesting thing to note, and that you have the various the offerings where you have the organs, if you'll notice, whether it be the liver and the fatty tissue around there, the gallbladder, stuff like that. Those are the organs that cleanse the body and remove contaminants and poisons and toxins. And you see, that is chosen specifically, those organs, you see. And that has to do with purification. And it has to do with deliverance from the body of sin and death, actually. All of that was an elaborate stage play to show what would happen in the future. You know, it's like when people have a passion play these days in churches, you see they're reenacting by stage play, you see, what happened in the past. And so the Old Testament shadow typology, they were historically accurate with regard to what would occur in the future. And that's why it's accurate with what Peter had said. When he told them what had happened afterwards, he said, "You killed the author of life." He said, "You did it." He didn't say that God was putting wrath on him, pretending it was you. And you see, the penal substitute gospel, which is blasphemy, is completely omitted in Acts chapter 2 and 3. He said, "You acted in ignorance." And so the idea is the Lamb without spot. It is Jesus Christ demonstrating in himself the state unto which man ought be delivered. And that's what the cross was, for the demonstration of his righteousness, so that he be proven trustworthy. Jesus Christ was being tested, by the way. He was proven trustworthy and reliable, and he was appointed to be the guardian of the salvation of men. That's what that was all about, and that's why the scapegoat, who takes their sins outside the camp, he removes their sinfulness. What you have left is people in a lawful state with no sins, and that's righteousness. And that's what that was all about. It was an accurate stage play, basically, or elaborate rituals to depict what would occur in the future, is what it was about. And willful sins were not in the mix. They were not covered. It was eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, and life for life, and that was it. And so that's why sins of ignorance, it says, you know, there are offerings for sins of ignorance, but for willful sins, they shall bear their judgment. And that's why it says it plainly there. Whether a man has committed sins for which he should be punished or not, you see, that's like another matter. But if a man seeks salvation, it's through faith in Christ. Even if he's sitting on death row, awaiting to be punished, you see. That's why part of the elaborate stage play is also to show what kind of sins are covered and which are not. And it has to do with people who are supposed to be cooperative in salvation, and so that which man is responsible for, you see, he is, and that which man is not responsible for and is beyond his control, he should trust in the Savior to take care of those things that he can't take care of himself.